Hey everybody, this is Ampillion, and I'm back with another segment of Dwarf Fortressing for the Community Fortress, which I've named Millblog right there. You can see, haha, but it's not actually the name of the fortress yet. I will find some way to change that physically. So I'm pretty much exactly where I left off. I did not play a single second beyond what I did last video. And I'm going to continue the awesome plan of building my walls here. Wall. This is for the. This is going to be for my livestock, essentially. This will be where I'm going to protect my turkey farm, as it is. From, oh, no, we want one less, there we go. Oops. Alright, and we'll make it out of the same material. Okay, now we've got miners at work somewhere. There they are. We've got cats coming into my room, who I am eyeballing right now. What else do we need to build? I do need to dig these out better, because right now these are kind of pointless rooms. Alright, let's see. We're gonna have... Oh. Go 9 by 9 on these. And we'll see what we've got here. You know what? We will just dig it all out. It's not my standard style of warehousing, but you know what? I better not. Let's remove the designation in some of these. Let's go right about here. Let's go right about like that. There we go. That'll kind of divide it up a little bit. And it won't take 9 years for them to finish mining. Because look how fast they go now. Ugh. So slow. Alright. We are back here. What do we got? Alright, so my idle dwarves right now are me stone crafting, which I ought to actually be doing. I didn't even build a stone crafting or a crafts dwarf shop. I'm not very good. Let's do that. That will let me build my nest boxes, which is going to be very necessary. I also do need some doors, and I'm going to need some beds. Now, I right off the bat, right at the beginning, you really don't need to build your first 7 beds immediately, because not all your dwarves are going to be sleeping at the exact same time. But in the future, you know, I'll obviously get those done. I also do need to make a bit of a meeting area for these guys, so they don't stand around outside in the rain all the time, because that's exactly what they'll do. And for those of you who haven't ever played Dwarf Fortress, having you guys stand around in the rain for, well, while they're on break or not, with no job, gives them unhappy thoughts. And you want to try to minimize those as much as possible in this game. I made a zone there and didn't bother to label it. This is going to be the pasture, which we are going to equip with the turkey hens and the gobbler. They will all go to that. And you don't really need to put the walls there, per se, but I'm going to do that for defensive purposes. And while you guys won't hear it probably in the video, I'm going to turn the music down because while it is rather interesting music, it is kind of soothing music. After playing for, you know, several hours, and since it just loops, it will, like, numb your brain listening to the little hunting guitar, or I guess it is a guitar. Anyway, I don't need to sit around thinking about the... Let's make some nest boxes. I don't need to sit around debating the particular instrument used for the Dwarf Fortress theme. It is obviously a stringed instrument of some sort. A lyre, maybe? No, I'm not gonna stop. So I've set up my walls here. Almost done with the first batch of the that particular thing there. I really want to get down and excavate this area right down here. As you can see, that's where the ore is at. What's this over here? Is it just more stone? Diorite. Okay, yeah. Sandy loam. I don't think sandy loam counts as sand, does it? Maybe it does. Anyway, Morian. There's a lot of iron down there, however. And I'd like to get down in there to see if there's any more... well, not to see if there's any more iron, because that's not the important part. Once I have iron, iron's great. I need fuel. And I need to dig around in that area at that level to see if there's any fuel sources down there. Unfortunately, as I said, miners are not very quick. They are rather, well, especially early on, they are really slow, and they take a lot of breaks. It's not that they take a lot of breaks, it's that they don't get nearly as much work done as they would later on when they have better tools and more skill in that particular... Alright, you know what? I've got to do something with you guys. Well, no, you know what? The problem is with this game... well, it's not a problem. It's kind of the issue of giving dwarves skills. If I give any of the soldiering guys an actual, like, crafting skill or some kind of skill that they can actually produce things with, there's always the opportunity for them to be possessed or get a mood. And I really don't want either of them getting moods, just because that pretty much takes them out of being a military dwarf. Even though, you know, we don't have any military use right now, you don't want them to... They're not going to be an actual dwarf you want to put on the front lines if they have, like, legendary in a skill that you're going to be using a lot of. So it's not... You know, yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's actually completed any beds yet. In fact, nobody's done anything yet. I saw him fall... I fell asleep in the craft dwarf shop just a second ago, and hopefully, I believe that means, yeah, the A actively going to do that now. I don't know why he's going all the way down there to get stone. Oh, yeah, I do know. It's because probably a lot of these stones up here are already spoken for the wall. Still digging. Alright, well... I kinda still need to get down to... You know what, let's design the lower area real quick. I'm gonna have these staircases like this here, and at the top of the area here. I think I can get them in there. It's not too close to the... Yep, Alright. Now we're gonna need to, of course, put the upward staircases on the undersides of them. Again, this is kind of why I generally start with at least two well-geared, well-trained miners. Unfortunately, I usually end up botching the pick. I usually like to get the better pick option, but or you know, start with a better pick than what I have to begin with. But you know what, I can make one of those dudes a. Who was it that I gave the teaching skill to? Because one of them has it, I know. No. Not. It is not Nerdy Kid. It is gotta be Rob, then I assume. Or not. Oh yeah, okay. He's got it. So he's gonna be my militia commander because he's gonna be the one teaching, hopefully. Okay, is the other one. Alright, so hopefully, I know I don't have the correct equipment for it currently. Let's put alerts. Training. Even though I don't have a designated barracks yet. Let's see if I can't. You know what? I'm not going to mess with it too much right now because I really don't. Oh yes. Unfortunately, because my carpenter is also my mason, well, you can see he's actually focused more on the wall than doing any of the other two tasks that I've given him, which is alright. I can deal with it. I can live. But it does kind of hinder things a little bit. But that's not really the point. I'm just playing through the fortress, kind of giving people a taste of, well, Dwarf Fortress, and sort of letting them pick their own path, as it were. Those who volunteered, anyway. Those who I'm going to conscript into the Dwarf Fortress ranks are going to be given what I need, because obviously they didn't sign up for it, and, well, it's too bad for them. Oh, come on, I need... Okay, well, I did get a couple. I don't think I built enough exactly, but we're gonna set up some new things with the newer patches, with some of the newer patches, which I did not cover in any of the tutorial videos I did prior. What the? No. You're way off. Alright, and one more nest box. Alright. The nest boxes will now be put into place, which should give us a location for our turkeys to lay their eggs, and I should, like, almost immediately grab yep, nest box claimed. And if you hit T, you can go and see that already there's 13 eggs there and 10 there. Those haven't been completed yet, but it's almost, see, they'll almost immediately be claimed the first time around. I don't know what it is about Dwarf Fortress, but female animals especially seem to almost always be pregnant whenever you bring them to the fortress to begin with. So, no matter what, most of your animals will give birth within a matter of months upon landing, or, you know, upon embarking in a location. Okay, so I still need to design this lower area, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, which is a lot of rectangular surfaces. And I think I've botched that already, but that's alright because I have the X button, which lets me reverse any of these that I don't want. And that should be big enough for most of my craft areas, because the craft areas obviously take up less room than the warehouse itself. We will even that out. Let's see. Let's do a direct cross design here, and I will make 4. We will do it like this. Alright. So as far as this thread goes, or thread, as far as this playthrough goes, I will try to keep up at least every week with an update. I'd like to do more. Hooray! Oh, you know what? No. Let's not do that. Let's do it the other way, because see, we've got symmetry now. Excellent. And that, I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that for now, because there's not really too much point to digging out the lower areas yet. I do not have a ton of skilled crafters of any sort, so no reason to worry about it. What I do have, however, I do have space to put in a still, which I don't know if I actually gave anybody brewing. It's one of the skills I often forget to give early on. I do have a kitchen, however. I am back again. We had a little bit of a interruption, but we are back going in action here. Oh, like I said, that should complete at least the first portion of the fortress. Well, I do need to build rooms. In fact, let me do that real quick. I'm going to try to make sure that the first 7 dwarves, and this is something a lot of like the people who've played this game for a while do, make sure that the first 7 get the best accommodations. Because a lot of times, especially for those who have played a lot, the dwarves, especially the dwarves you get prior to start, your immigrants that come in, don't often have the skills that you want. And they're usually not very skilled in it, and when they are, it's something you really don't need somebody to be high grand level at. Like, I don't need a high grand wood burner. It's kind of pointless. That's not quite the same size, but there we go. That's about, yeah. Or I'm blind and it's... No, that's right. Okay. One of the drawbacks of not having a big monitor is, well, the game pretty much looks exactly like it does to me, like it does to you guys in the videos, so... Oh hey, he does have brewing. Sweet! Alright. Now I need to actually make a first stockpile, and our first stockpile is going to be the food stockpile. And we will make it, oh, about that big. Should be pretty good. And we're going to dump everything out of it before food gets put into it. Now, of course, I don't have any place set to dump right now, so they won't do anything about it. but that's fine. I also do need to set up another large zone. And this is going to be for another pin pasture. And this isn't... This is for the stray animals that wander in here. Because there's going to be a bunch of them. I believe, and let me make sure, I believe it was, no, not, was Rob. You need a work dog, and we're going to assign the war dog to you. Ta-da. Now, I do not believe, I don't think they'll train in there. I think they're just hanging out. But that's alright. That's better than nothing. And at least they kind of look like they're... Gen... Inventory... We should have an extra axe somewhere. I thought. I was pretty sure at Embark that there was 2 copper axes. Well, alright. Fine then, game. I'll dig it up at some point. Like I said, we're not going to be struck upon by ambushes for... I think it's a good year or 2 before any of that stuff actually happens, so we're not in too much danger of that. Did we ever get around to making the beds or doors? No, we did not. Alright, fine then. That's fine. What is the carpenter? Oh, storing items. Okay, well. Now, you will notice right away that we've already picked up the eggs and put them in the food stocks. However, dwarves will not eat raw eggs. They are not manly enough. They are dwarf. So, we're going to make an easy meal out of them. Or hopefully. Usually it'll just kind of pick whatever and make an easy meal with them. But you do need to cook the eggs down into something else before they will make a meal out of them. Which, again, isn't too difficult. All you need is a cook and a kitchen. And you can turn the eggs into edible foods. Which, these turkeys actually do produce a lot more eggs than you're going to need. So you do want to keep an eye on it, just in case. I'm going to forbid that particular turkey from, or the particular stack of eggs from that turkey, so that we will have the next batch of, well, the first batch. I haven't actually made a batch of poults yet, so I haven't completed mining either. So you'll, like I said, they do this terrible wandering about silty clay loam. They like to just, they dig downwards and then hit an area job item is placed. That tends to happen whenever people are trying to grab the same item. But that's okay. We can deal with that sort of stuff. That will happen. Alright. Let's see. You grab food. Still unloading stuff out of the caravan. There we go. Finally getting to constructing the beds. Again, like I said, I kind of wish that I'd have maybe put some other, even just minor masonry on one of the other. You know what? Actually, I think I will do that. One of you guys. Oh, they're soldiering. You know what? All right, I'll get some immigrants before too long, I'm sure, so... You know what, let's make some crafts. No, mugs. Always like stone mugs. Those are the best. So we'll make some. Stonecrafter. Oh, and I'm cooking. Again, another one of the things I kind of keep forgetting about, and that I don't really like to do, is have a bunch of people with the same necessary skills. Granted, crafting stone mugs is not really what I consider necessary, but it is kind of one of the things where, you know, hey, I'd love it if I had 2 dwarves doing those 2 jobs instead of 1 dwarf having to do both jobs, because I can't do them both at the same time. It's now summer. Rob the Gamer has become a militia commander. He already was. Alright. Rock door. I got the beds done. Beds are complete. Let us build them, so instead of sleeping wherever they lay, or wherever they fall, anyway, they'll actually sleep in beds. Now these are going to be temporarily placed here, of course, because I do not have the actual bedrooms completed yet, and as slow as mining goes, well, who knows when they'll actually be completed. But hey, at least they're starting to work there on the workshop floor. We'll have that done sooner than later. Is there anything else I wanted to do? I think I did give somebody beekeeping. I had to make some rock hives just to show you how wonderful beekeeping is. Goshenite. I keep thinking sometimes that these materials that we strike are just some kind of weird made-up materials. There's no such thing as Goshenite, but sadly there probably is. Oh, dwarves. Alright. I think I'm probably gonna have to call it here, because I gotta edit out the large the break period, the interruption that I had. Beds. Alright, we're good there. And I will come back in just a few to continue onwards after I've checked the audio and all that stuff. And I'll knock out maybe another episode. These first episodes will probably come in pretty quick, but it's because I'm doing pretty much all the stuff that needs to be done to actually start the fortress up, which I don't want to do it in a bunch of different pieces after, you know, over weeks time, because I'll forget exactly how I want the layout to be done. I'd like to get this all done in one fell swoop. So, this has been Empyrean. Have a good one, folks.